Right from the jump, this courtroom is moving fast, but don't let the pace fool you. What looks like a routine plea hearing quickly turns into a series of high-stakes decisions involving license violations, financial penalties, and even a shocking refusal by the judge to accept a plea. We've got multiple defendants, different charges, and a judge who is clearly not here to play games. Pay close attention because one wrong answer, one inconsistency, or even one misunderstanding of the law could completely change the outcome. And trust me, things are about to escalate in ways these defendants probably didn't expect.
Right? Sir, if you plead to drive while license not valid or improper license, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that? And did you sign, read, and understand? Excuse me. The advice of rights form.
Yeah, it's a paper, the advice of right. Yes, I have.
Did you read it?
Yes, I
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you're going to be giving up all of those rights, and we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that? All right. And do you understand? And I don't want you to tell me there could be immigration consequences
He's a
to
US
this
citizen.
plea. Pardon?
He's a U.S. citizen.
Fine. All right. Good enough. You still wish to plead guilty
Yes, sir.
to the charge drive while license not valid. How do you plead?
Yes, sir.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on February 10 of 23 on Sibley near Dixon, Brownstown at 1:26 in the morning? Did you have a valid license? Are you on probation or parole? Anybody force you to plead guilty or promise you anything to induce you to plead guilty? You still wish to plead guilty? Please accept it to that charge. I'm ready for sentence. Anything?
Yeah, just that Mr. Ramirez understands that he's got to get this situation corrected so that he can have valid license. He's currently trying to take care of all of other outstanding issues in the other jurisdictions. Again, he can't clear his record.
This opening exchange is actually more important than it seems. The judge is carefully ensuring that the defendant understands every single right. They're giving up by pleading guilty because once that plea is entered, there's no going back to trial. This is standard procedure, but it's also a critical legal safeguard. Notice how the judge also mentions immigration consequences. This is huge, especially for non-citizens. A simple traffic-related plea could potentially affect someone's entire future in the country. So here's the question, do you think most defendants fully understand what they're agreeing to in moments like this? Or are they just trying to get it over with?
And hopefully start the process to reinstate his driving privilege.
Just got to go take care of the proof of insurance to begin with. Out of Detroit. All right. Anything you'd like to say as it's anything?
I mean, the practice of getting the insurance on the vehicle now and all that. But other than that, I'm more worried about getting my license.
100 fines, 200 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 4.25 90 days. You have a bond of $3,010%. That's in a third party's name. Is Gilberto Ledesma here? Is he going to let you apply the bond?
Are you gonna sign that over to him?
Is that the Brownstown one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's 270. Do you have the other 155 to pay?
Let me have him sign it.
Now we're getting into the financial reality of the situation, and this is where things start to hit hard. The defendant is being asked to pay fines, court costs, and fees immediately, but clearly doesn't have enough money on hand. The judge points out something very direct. You've had 3 years to save your money. That's not just a comment, it reflects frustration with repeat or unresolved issues. But at the same time, the judge offers flexibility with a payment plan. So here's the balance: accountability versus compassion. Do you think the court is being fair here? Or is this system setting people up to struggle financially even more?
You've had 3 years to save your money.
Maybe after that today.
He's paying 270. How much do you have with you?
I have 20 books around. 25 books.
Pay 295 now, 40 per week, and I'm going to start that beginning April the 6th. Can you do that?
So
If you need more time, you call the court, and I'll be happy to give you an extension, but you have to do it on or before the due date. We're not open on the 3rd. Do you understand that? Go down the hall. You can pay the 25. He can sign over the bond and make your payments on time. Again, no reason to be afraid. If you don't have the money, call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension. Good luck.
And then
People
Judge,
against.
Judge, he
What's
does
that?
need to go over to Judge Hessen's courtroom for cases now too, just a reminder to him.
Oh, you got other cases in front of Judge Hessen? All right, we'll take care of those afterward. Good luck.
Good morning, Judge. Then get Mr. Lyons, take it from here.
Joseph Michael Ryan.
So he's going to plead guilty to leave the scene of the property, or no contest, failure to stop and identify, essentially leave the scene of a property damage action. True?
Correct.
You know that's 6 points, right?
I was made aware of that today.
And you understand if you plead guilty, you're
This next section is where things take a sharp legal turn. The defendant attempts to enter a no-contest plea boot, the judge immediately shuts it down. Why? Because in cases involving property damage, a no-contest plea can complicate restitution. In simple terms, the court wants someone to be clearly responsible so that damages can be paid. This is a powerful reminder that not all plea options are equal, and judges can reject them if they don't fit the situation. So let me ask, should defendants always have the freedom to choose their plea? Or should judges step in like this to ensure fairness for victims?
subject to up to 90 days jail, fines 100, costs or all of those, and a no contest plea has the same effect as a guilty plea. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
yes,
If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we are not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
yes.
Counsel, do you stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have that marked Peoples 1.
The basis for the not necessarily civil liability.
Right, I made that assumption. Are you, right now, are you on probation or parole?
No,
Anybody force you to plead no contest?
no.
Okay, just give her a second to mark that. And I will review it, and I'll make sure that there's a factual basis, okay? There's no other vehicle involved.
No, it was a meeting.
Hey, talking to your lawyer.
No, Judge, there was.
I'm not gonna take a no contest on this. I mean, if he's the driver, he's gotta pay restitution in. So I'm not gonna take this. I'll do a guilty plea, or else you can work out something else.
Can we pass it, Judge, when we go back to this?
I mean, I want her to understand that the only thing here, there's no. The only thing that somebody be entitled to is restitution for the damage to the property. It's not, there was no other car involved. It wasn't, sir, you shouldn't say anything right now. So, yeah, I'm just not gonna take a no contest plea. It's just not appropriate here. John, can you hand this to Mr. You can have a seat. Adam, James,
Good morning, Your Honor. Pat Young.
how you doing, Mr. Young?
How are you?
Did you pay everything?
Yes.
All right, so I didn't sentence you, did I? Must have had to be a visiting judge here that day.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Right. How long was he placed on probation? The judge, whoever did this, did not write it down, Heather.
Let me take a look here. And his original sentencing was 9 months, it looks like.
I'm going to ask you, sir, to raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear affirm and offend of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings be the whole true self you got.
Yes.
Since you were placed on probation, you've been arrested?
No.
Any new charges?
No.
Any contact with the police?
Just a civil assist at my home.
You weren't charged with anything?
No.
Motion to prosecutor, case dismissed. It looks like everything's been properly done. Prosecutor so indicates, case dismissed. Good luck. All right, we're gonna adjourn this so you can get a license, okay?
Now here's a rare moment case dismissed. After reviewing compliance with probation and confirming no new charges or violations, the judge clears the defendant. This is what following court orders correctly can lead to, a clean slate. But notice how quickly the tone shifts right after back to another case, another decision, another life being impacted. Courtrooms don't slow down, and outcomes can change in seconds. It really makes you think how much of someone's future.
How's that gonna take you? Have you got it in the process at least?
I was supposed to get everything, but forgot my permit at home.
So can we adjourn this 2 weeks? Is that gonna give you?
Friday.
Okay, we'll adjourn this 2 weeks. What day do you have for me, Heather?
April 8th at 10 o'clock.
At 10 a.m., okay? And you can go down the home and get your notice. All right, and if you get that defective equipment taken care of, they're probably going to be likely, I don't know what it was.
Oh, that.
You don't need to talk to me about it, but just, I'd take care of that before you get back here, okay? Thank you. Joseph Michael Lyon, 260-149926 B. All right, Mr. Lyon, come on back up here and tell me your name, sir.
Good morning, Judge Massey, on behalf of Mr. Lyon.
Mr. Lyon, your name again.
Joseph Michael Ryan.
So you understand, I'm not gonna take a no contest plea here, right? And I have a stick form that says you're going to plead guilty. Is that true? If you plead guilty here, the possible penalties are up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs of all those 6 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand and advice of rights form here today?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not gonna have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right. To the charge, leaving the scene of a property damage accident, how do you plead?
Okay.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Jefferson near Leland and Brownstown, January 7th and 26th at 2:12 a.m.?
Yes. Yes, I was driving.
Okay, and what did you do? What did you do?
Well, what did I do?
Yeah.
I was driving home. I was just driving. I come off the night shift, so I had to drive late at night. And I was coming home. And I ran into the median bridge.
Okay. Tell me what kind of damage you caused.
To the median or to my vehicle?
I'm not worried about your vehicle. I'm worried about damage to anything else.
It was just a metal median in the front that was damaged completely.
And then you left the scene without calling the police, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that true?
That is true.
Are you on probation or parole?
No,
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
no. Of course.
When the officer arrived on scene, he said the vehicle was overturned and resting on its roof, that it struck the center guardrail just north of Leland, overturned an unknown amount of time striking a utility pole,
Yeah.
and coming to rest on its roof on the east side of Jefferson. Is that all true?
The roof part, I'm familiar with being true. The rest of it, I didn't know I struck a utility.
I believe he was in shock at this point. He
I think he was under the influence of something.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I don't want you to count. You were driving like a maniac. I mean, you really were. I'm gonna accept your plea. I'm gonna order a pre-sentence report on this. I don't usually do that, but you gotta use your head. I don't believe you for a second, but
This might be one of the most intense moments so far. The judge openly questions the defendant's story and even suggests reckless driving, comparing it to driving like a NASCAR driver. That's not just criticism, the judge signaling serious concern about public safety. Even without proof of intoxication, the behavior alone is enough to raise red flags. And here's the key takeaway. In court, credibility matters. If the judge doesn't believe you, it can heavily influence sentencing decisions. So what do you think? Was the judge too harsh here? Or was that reaction completely justified?
they can't prove it. I'm not gonna treat you like you're under the influence, but either that or you were just driving like a NASCAR driver. Right? Good luck.
Judge, do you want him to go over probation?
I do. Well, yeah, and I gotta give a sentence date. What am I doing? Okay, give me a sentence date to Heather.
To April 8th at 8:30.
April the 8th at 8:30, okay? April the 8th at 8. All right, good luck. Saliba George Kakish, 26B149962. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Pretty good.
You're the most important person right now, Paul. How are you? That's the bottom line.
Your appearance.
All right, Bill Clovis, P38434. Sir, would you please identify yourself?
Selena Kakish.
Okay, so he pled guilty to operating while impaired. The OWI was dismissed. There's agreed upon cost of recovery of $150. There was an accident. Any material additions, corrections, or
No, Your Honor, there was no asking for restitution. Victim was sent out. Actually, we just the person that he struck from behind drove away. So everything's good there. No medical, no nothing. And I respectfully request that the court adopt it. Thank you.
Sir, is there anything you would like to say?
I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I promise you're not gonna see me again.
All right, you've never been in court before, right?
No, sir.
Anything else?
Thank you.
12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. Submit to chemical testing, PBTs. I'll go along with this, monthly or more on demand to probation. Kratom poppy seeds and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. I'll order that you attend the level 2 alcohol education program, that you attend the victims impact panel, that you serve 4 days jail credit, 1 serve 3. I'll give you credit for 1 day served. The other 3 I'll let you serve by way of community service. So I'll give you until May the 15th to complete 24 hours of community service. Okay. Fines are $300. Costs are $300. $75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. So that's $7.25. Screening fee $60 for $785. Probation fees are $240. Bring your total $1,025 plus your cost of recovery, $1,175. That's $150 cost of recovery. Pay all that. You're eligible for early discharge. You do everything I've told you to do. In 6 months, you're eligible for early termination. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for the purposes of appeal if you cannot afford one. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Clovis, any questions or anything?
Just that my client could pay it today.
Great. You go down the hall, pay that, and then.
Now we're seeing a full sentencing breakdown, and it's a lot. Probation, strict behavioral conditions, substance restrictions, community service, and over $1,000 in financial penalties. This is what a structured sentence looks like. It's not just punishment, it's also rehabilitation. The court is clearly trying to prevent repeat behavior while still giving the defendant a path forward. But let's be real, this is a heavy burden. Do you think sentences like this actually help people change? Or do they just create more pressure and risk of failure?
Over to probation. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Okay. And
There's a microphone right on that rail there.
and state your name, please. You're good. Just relax. You can go in there if you want. What is your name? Gotta go.
Roy Freeze.
HUMPHRIES.
FUMPHRE.
Okay. And what is your name, ma'am?
Sarah Humphreys.
Okay. You two are married? He was the only one in the car, right? So you just heard what I ordered the sentencing. I'm sorry. I did not know you were there. I usually call out the name, but I just thought there was no restitution. So go ahead. What would you like to
I
tell
was
us?
gonna say, Your Honor, just, the pre-sentence report didn't have any reply, and that's why I relied upon.
Right. I got it. What would you like to tell me?
Well, I was actually leaving work at 12 o'clock. Every time I take Dick's to King Road, my light was green. Even that turn went that on the green light, turned my right, get down to there tonight before from the police station. This is 5 minutes I got off the phone with the wife and I got smacked. Right from the police station on King Road.
Did you have any out-of-pocket expense here that wasn't covered by insurance?
Yes.
What?
He got,
Wait, I gotta have him talk though. I mean, I'll let you stay there.
Paid out of pocket $2,000 for the $2,000 deductible for the truck.
Okay, now wait a minute. You had insurance though, right?
Yeah.
You gotta make the insurance claim. Didn't you make an insurance claim?
Yeah.
So then they paid for it, right?
The other half they did, but I paid the $2,000.
Okay, so keep your voice up nice and loud for me. You had a $2,000 deductible?
Yeah.
I've never heard of.
Do you have some paperwork that proves that to me? Let me see what you have.
Very good.
Okay, come on up.
You want me to bring up, Judge?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, you're welcome.
One for that now.
well, my schedule has things all those.
Yeah, just all the way down all out here.
It's the rest.
Thank you. Wow, it sure looks like it.
What insurance company is it?
I'm just saying, based on this report from Vitality Collision Repair, the total bill, and I'll invite you to look at this, was $44.17. The deductible they have insurance is $2,000.
This courtroom session is a perfect example of how complex and unpredictable the legal system can be. We saw guilty pleas, rejected pleas, financial struggles, dismissed cases, and serious sentencing all in one sitting. The judge balanced strict enforcement with moments of flexibility, but one thing stayed consistent: accountability. Whether it was unpaid fines, reckless driving, or restitution for damages, every decision carried real consequences. And in the end, these aren't just cases, they're real people dealing with life-changing outcomes. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.